Hi guys, welcome to my Flosstube. My name is Emily. I'm Crafty Emily here on YouTube, and I'm here to talk about my cross stitch. It's just a regular Flosstube update today. It is March the 5th already. I'm off work today. I swapped my shift. I was meant to be working today and off tomorrow, but I swapped with somebody else who needed tomorrow off instead, who needed today off, so I swapped, which only afterwards I realised was annoying because I've arranged to give blood this afternoon after work. So now I have to go in specially right into the middle of town to give blood, but hey ho. I'd forgotten that, and you know, realistically I can still do it, so that's fine. I've just got here, dropped my kids at school, come on down, just have a nice quiet day stitching. It's 9:30 in the morning, and I thought, time for a video. So I did put up a video on the 29th, a long dog sleep day video, which is good, and I'm going to show you what I've been stitching since my last proper Flosstube, which, let's have a look see, was quite a while ago, 10 days maybe. Yeah, 10 days ago I last did a normal Flosstube, but I knew it was going to be funny because my shifts have fallen funny. Just the way they've been. That's fine. Everything's good. We're just plodding along. So from the last time I filmed, the month has turned, obviously, and I'm going to change up my projects. I've already changed up one project, and I'm going to be putting away the City of Love. I'm just scrolling my pattern keeper now to find it. There we go. And I have got this to 20.83%. So I have achieved the objective of getting it to 20%. I've got actually a brand new thread on my needle, so I think I might stitch that in before I put it away. Anyway, 20.83% makes it look like this. So this is pretty much its finishing point. I really am I'm going to stitch on this a little tiny bit today. I'm going to stitch in this thread, which actually isn't the same colour as this, and I'm going to fill that little gap in because that's just annoying me. But then I'll put it away, and it'll wait until the next time it comes out. So it's gone from about, I think it was about 11 or something, up to 20%, and it'll probably be nearly 21 by the time I put it away. So I'm really happy with my progress on that. I love the piece. I'd really like to see it finished and framed. So it's one of those ones that I probably will pull out sooner again rather than later. And obviously I finished the Pilgrim, but I didn't find my thread. I did use the Bee Stitch Me thread, and then of course 2 days later, after I'd finished this, before the end of the month, but after I'd finished this, I did find my ball of thread. Of course, we knew it was going to happen. So I basically finished the last bit of border and the last bit of down the side of this goat here needed doing, and all the back stitch, and it is complete. I put up to a very, very blurred picture and then couldn't be bothered changing it. So my Pilgrim is completed. I did go right back over all the pages and finish off the back stitch, including doing the reverse back stitch. So the purple on the stitch turquoise here, these shooting stars. This fabric, should anyone ever be bothered to want to know, matches DMC 34 perfectly. So the brand new threads, a couple of years old now threads, 34 is what this fabric is coloured as. It very rarely shows true. This is not bad. This is not bad. But if you have the old DMC, the new DMCs, 34 is what it is. Mrs. Sadie's Darling Silk, 2 strands over 2. It's 28 count. I checked because I kept saying 32. It's 28 count, and 1 hank, because lots of people are always querying how much thread they take. So 28 count, 2 strands used throughout, 1 hank of Mrs. Darling Silk, which I believe are about the same size as the Silks for You silk. See, the colour's just blown there. That's not the colour it is at all. It is this colour, which is of course beautiful. And I've got that ping pong size ball left over. So it was enough. Had I not lost the ping pong size ball, everything would have been fine. But all the twiddly back stitch, all finished. completely finished. Birdie in its cage, hand needed back stitching. I love the way, see, I didn't really colour control, but things when I stitch like this hare, I absolutely love him. He is green at the bottom and he is blue on the top. I did that deliberately. That was deliberate. Other bits were not deliberate. The beginning, when I didn't know how to stitch, this being one of my very first projects I started, I didn't know how to stitch. I didn't know how to use the thread properly. So at the beginning, it's very uncontrolled. It's very hit and miss. The flamingo, for example, I would never have done half blue, half green like that. He's just striped right down his centre. By the time I'd got to the crow, the raven, of course I went swirly around his medallion, and then other things I started to control a lot better as time went on. But it's a stitching journey from beginning to end, you know. There's a couple of bits, needs a bit of a spot clean, and then I'm going to give it to my parent. I'm going to give it to my mum, because she does enjoy going and getting things sorted out. So Pilgrim got finished. And then I pulled out for my weekly kind of project. Come on, colour. That's better. I pulled out my Celtic lady, and I showed this last time, so I'm going to put up a picture here of where it was the last time I filmed. Picked up my coffee there, nearly lost the camera. Put that down a bit more carefully. I've worked quite well on her, and what have I learned about the Celtic lady? She is I have got a whole afternoon to stitch, I'm going to sit down and stitch on her kind of project. She's not a, I've got 10 minutes in the car, I've got 15 minutes on my break at work, it's 10 to 5 in the morning, I'm going to put 10 stitches on while I'm waiting to clock in. That's not who she is. I've had the frog. She is a calm, collected, let's sit down, let's quietly stitch on her and concentrate project. Yeah, mistakes have been made. So where have I got to? What I've done is a bit more of I've done the E and the R here, I don't think I've done them. And this line that goes down here, I used one whole length of thread. So it's kind of like the bordery bits. And then down in her dress, I had about 5 part threads. I've put in some gold and I've stitched in all the part threads. And that's what I've done on her. So it's not a great deal. She is wonderful, absolutely beautiful. She's going to be completely beautiful. And what I'm learning is I've no great wish to stitch the others. This is the one I wanted. This is the one I got the needle paints with. And she's the one I like the best. I have 2 other patterns which I may well, in future me, might well stitch them. But right now, my mad urge is not to finish her to immediately start the other 2 I have. I'd like her eventually finished. She's an eventually project. And all I'm doing with all of this is not putting the beads on. I will bead it in one go. If there's back stitchy bits, I'm doing those, but because I use the Q-snap, I'm not putting the beads on until it's finished, till the stitching's finished. And that's her, and she's ready to go back away. So I've got one finished for now, and one to go back away. And like I said in my long dog video, I pulled the long dogs I'm going to work on over the next 4 years, and on the same floss ring from Flossmas as Happily Ever After's threads were the threads I used for Cowpile. So here's Happily Ever After's threads, apart from this piece of green, which I don't quite know what he's doing, modelled in. Right, so Happily Ever After's threads are all greys and whites, and there. So I'm going to be keeping those out, but on the same floss ring were the colours I picked for Cowpile, which is Plum Street Samplers. It was one of the very first. I think Cowpile might have been the first or second one of them that she brought out, and I bought it pretty quickly, 2018. So I probably got it back into 2018, 2019. Started it on 25 count white Lugana 2/2, so it was huge. I'm going to flash the pattern because I coloured in the bit I'd done. I did that much of it and realised I haven't even done that much of it. I did that much of it, the mound there, the coloured in bit there, and decided that maybe it wasn't quite right on the fabric because it was huge, and put it aside and stitched other things. And then in Flossmas I picked it back up, picked up a scrap of Weeks Dye Works seam foam. It's 30 count anyway, I know that because I bought 2 pieces of 30 count. The other one is getting the Long Dog Christmas Santa. Anyway, it's got the Long Dog Christmas one, the 3 hares pulling the sleigh with the town underneath, that I also worked on in Flossmas. That's going to annoy me. I need to find out what it's called. You can see my brain's trying to think of what it's called. It's just right here in my pattern keeper. Santa quill. Oh, that was really annoying me. My brain like malfunctions because it's trying to think of something else and my mouth's still trying to make words. Anyway, so sea foam. I've got a picture here of where it was when I picked it up. That's all I did on like one day of Flossmas, possibly a little bit extra as well. And I picked a very, very straightforward palette for this. I picked a grey and a white for the cows. I picked 2 greens for the vegetation, and this green is the same colour as the fabric, pretty much the same colour as the fabric, which I knew, and a pink and a purple. And I thought everything will be fine. There's a lot more charted colours in it than that. Probably another 4 or 5 charted colours. I will need a bee. I will have to pick just a scrap of yellow to do there's a little bee on it. So I'll have to pick a little scrap of yellow for that. And I thought I can just make it. The flowers don't need to be 4 colours. The flowers can be pink and purple. Done. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing them all for pink or purple, bar one little mistake, which I'm going to show you now. So here's where it is now. It's nearly done. This side here is complete, and then I've just got to go back down the other side, and then this mound here, I've left this so that I can fill this in at work. This is just dark. This is just the darker of the 2 greens, and I'm going to stitch this in like this because it is a variegated thread. So I'm just going to, it's an overdyed. So I'm going to stitch it in like this, and I can fill in that mound just at work. So I don't need the pattern with me, and I can just stitch. That will probably be 2 breaks worth because I don't get a lot done otherwise. But I'm going to do the rest of the flowers and the side of the border, join them up, and we're done. We're going to call it good. That's a whip off my whip pile. I'm going to finish it into probably a little flat fold or something. Eventually it'll just go in with my finishes for now. And so my glaring error is I have made, not only are the cow stripes not right, I know I've made mistakes, I don't care, I've made a zombie cow. Can you see? Look, I've stitched his eyes in the purple, and he's a little bit of a zombie cow. Didn't really realise how terrible it was going to look, so I'm going to pull a bit of 310 and give them nice black eyes. Oh dear, my tablet's about to die. Hang on guys, I'm going to plug in. Hi guys, so it's like 20 minutes later. We've changed our aspect and the light has changed. My tablet completely just emptied from 30% to 0 in the space of about 2 seconds, and I've had to put it on charge, and you need 5% in the battery before it will record. So 20 minutes has passed. Cow pile is now here. So in this time I have done these green bits and the little green bit in his mouth there. The light's now behind us, which is weird. So that's where that currently is now. I'm going to get motored down this side here and pretty much get it done, I think, as quickly as possible. And I'll change it out for a different weekly piece. The light has just gone completely wrong. there we go. That's the colour it is. I'm really happy with it, and I'm just juggling on with it, as you can see. Get it done. Don't know what I'll pick out once this is finished, but I'll think of something. And then the only thing left to show you is my treasure hunt bookshelf, which, yeah, don't let me get to 4 days to go till the end of the month and realise that I still have 4,000 stitches to put in, because that was really hard going. Okay, so last time I recorded it looked like this, and what happened? Well, I was at my house and I left my master set here, and I've been collecting up every loose skein of DMC I've found as I've tidied out and sorted out my craft stuff. Well, sort of boxed up my craft stuff. A lot of it is unsorted, and here I need to have a massive sort out, which is going to be a bit of an epic job to do, but put everything like with like. So I've been collecting up all my DMC. I literally have a carrier bag over there full of loose skeins, bobbin skeins, boxes with some skeins in, little paper bags with bunches that I've bought in. Yeah. At home, I had nothing. I had nothing there. I had my kit up of Celtic Lady, but the DMCs in here are vintage. They are paper skeins with the tab. That one's actually already been opened and has popped its tab. There. They have the little tab on them and the paper skeins. Now, I'm not a massive ooh dial-up kind of person, but some of them are different. So I had in there, well, two actually, because that one as well is on a bobbin. I had 9/4. I can look it up. I had one modern bobbin of my bobbinated thread. 932. I'm just opening Pattern Keeper. My phone's just going like a dead pig now. It's really old and tired. I had 934, and luckily there was 8,500 stitches of 934 left to go in this piece. There's now only 7,000 stitches. So I put in 934 everywhere. Picture of where it was last time. I might have already done that. Yeah, so now we have 934 here, we have 934 here, down here, we have a 934 in here, quite a lot of it in here, luckily was 934. Colour's terrible all of a sudden, this isn't, there, brilliant, there it is. So yeah, a lot of 934 went in, 1,500 stitches of 934 went in, and then in the car I found a lost, as in on the floor, loose brand new skein of 823, which was marvellous, because then I quickly punted in a load of 823 here, and then when I got here I finished off with 939, so this bit here is mostly 939 and filled in. So my page 1 marking is here and goes up there. So page 1 is not bad for nearly finished. There's a few ninjas up here. There's a little collection here. These are purple stitches, which I just didn't get to do. And a few, and then quite a big chunk down here, which I'll pop in. So page 1 was very nearly finished, but obviously I've had to do other stitches elsewhere because that was the colour I had. Moral of the story, check you've got your master set in the car if you live between two houses. It's meant to be in the car with me, so wherever I am I've got it, but it wasn't. Anyway, it is at 22.05%, so already I'm behind for the month, so I need to get stitching on this again. But I needed a little break after putting in 4,000 stitches in the space of 4 days. I really did need a little break from it. So I'm going to carry on with this, get some more stitches. I'm going to stay in this loose area for now. Just because that's where my Q-snap is, and I'm quite happy stitching. There's a tree here that I'm just starting with my 934 escapade. I've pretty much sketched out the tree, so, and there's lots of colours up here. I'd still like to get this page completely finished, just so I've got, like, the other corner is completely finished, I'd like to get this corner completely done, and then I might go down, I might go this way. We'll just see where the month takes me, but another 7,000 stitches will be hitting this piece of fabric in the coming month. So this is on. I'm running now for the month, which is good. Keep my master set with me, and then I can change colours easily. I just had a couple of evenings at my own house, and I had one DMC and an awful lot of stitches to do. So yeah, I used my one DMC and put in those stitches and got as much done as I could. Yeah, I think on balance that's probably where I am for the month. And hang on a sec, guys. Right, back for the last little bit. Honestly, I've been up and down and up and down. Yeah, so going forwards into March, what am I doing? I am putting my 1% into my treasure hunt bookshelf, as per usual. I'm finishing Cowpile, and we'll pull something else to work on this week. I am going to just today finish off, put in this thread here and then fill in that little gap. So I'll put in 2 more lengths of thread into this, and then this is going away. And when I put that away, I will pull out something else to stitch for full coveragey for March, put some work in. I have Cosmo here. Cosmo has a cone of shame on. Look at him. He's very unhappy. He tore his leg open a week ago. You know when you catch your clothes on a nail or something and you get like a corner torn. He's done that to his leg. I am not going to show you. There are stitches, there are staples, and he still managed to pull a little bit open. He gets a little bit of non-cone time to clean himself, where he's supervised and he's still nipping at it because it's obviously itching like fury. He's currently watching Starlings up there. You gonna go, buddy? Don't show your leg away. Nobody wants to see that because it is healing but grim. He's in the healing, grim stage. He's just going to go and annoy Nancy now, who's sitting on the top of the sofa over there, minding her own business. Yeah, so all's fine here. Right, I think that's me done, guys. I'm going to do a little bit more stitching. I've got a little errand to run today, and then go and give blood this afternoon. And yeah, I'm going to just sit and stitch actually, because why not? And then I've got and then tomorrow's Wednesday, so I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So I've got early Wednesday, early Friday, early Wednesday, early Thursday. I'm on a late on Friday, and I'm on a 12/8 on Saturday, which is like a late middle. And then I'm off on Sunday, which is Flora's birthday. So I'll have to find something fun to do for her, or just anything to do for her. It is Mothering Sunday on Sunday as well, but I'm not going to see my mum because my sister's nabbed her for the day. So even though it's my daughter's birthday and Mother's Day, my sister has pre-booked and nabbed my mum. It's a rather passive-aggressive game we play. Well, one of us plays. Anyway, not that it will ever be told as deliberate. You know what I mean. Those of you with families, bear in mind, know what I mean. Anyway, right guys, I will see you soon. Hopefully about a week. We'll see how the days fall. And I'm going to keep on stitching in the meanwhile. I've started watching everybody's market videos, you know, where they've been, and that must be marvellous to go to actually. I think, you know, lots of people go and help out, not just the designers and the shop owners and things. So I'm starting to watch those, which is always fun. Not that I'm probably going to buy any patterns, because I need to not buy patterns. I need to just get along with what I'm doing, and yeah, see how I go this week. And I'll see you all really soon. I'm just going to splice all this video together now, and see you soon, guys. Bye bye.